Well, welcome back, everyone, to our weather alert. As those temps continue to fall and the precipitation also falls in quite a few areas now, we are certainly concerned about those icy roads.
And we've been hearing about it already. They are watching this very closely in Fort Bend County. Let's bring in here Greg Batts. He is the Fort Bend County Emergency Management Coordinator. He's on the phone with us this morning. Greg, good morning. Thanks for being with us.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
So we want to ask you first and foremost, we were just talking about this earlier in the show, an overturned semi on I-10 FM 359, the Katy Freeway, just past the Katy Mills Mall. I know that's there in Fort Bend County. Any update on that situation so far? Because I know I-10 at last check was shut down in both directions.
Absolutely. We're obviously monitoring that situation in the EOC. I-10 is shut down currently in both directions. There is no notification as of yet from either TxDOT or the crews on scene for when that will be back up. And we have one of our hazardous material teams up there being in close contact with us and keeping us notified. And then we will push out any reports or updates as we get them.
And what we could tell from our Houston TransStar camera, and remind you, it's black and white, so it's a little difficult to tell and be able to tell the different tones of everything there. But it did look like, and we take a look now, that there is freezing rain. What they were saying earlier, it looks more like snow to us, but more like freezing rain on the highways. Is that the situation?
Yes, that is absolutely the situation. As of about 45 minutes ago, the precipitation levels have risen up in the, at least on the Fort Bend County side. So Fort Bend County, Fulshear, Simonton, Katy, 99. They're actually talking about right now closing the 99 toll road because of the slick conditions and the accidents that are occurring up there.
So we
have our road bridge crews that are county are going out to all county roads and servicing the bridges and those slick conditions that we have inside Fort Bend County.
So we're still looking live here at this overturned semi here. From our vantage point, what we're looking at, we just see this 18-wheeler on its side. Do you know if any other vehicles are involved in this, and any injuries or any update on people's condition that could be involved in this crash?
I do know that there is officers on scene, and they are dealing with some of the injuries that are there, but I can't disclose any of that's going on right now because all of that is under investigation.
Can you give us an idea of what's happening in other parts? So you said that there are obviously some severe problems going on along Highway 99, the Grand Parkway. Are you seeing a whole lot of accidents? Are you seeing people slide off the highway? What are we talking about in that area in Fort Bend County?
Yeah, we've got again, we're monitoring all the toll road cameras up in that area. Mm-hmm. There's nothing like, it's not major accidents that are going on, but people are, finding slick roads and either pulling off to the side or just causing some holdups because of the slick conditions. The concern is that it's only going to get colder as we move through the day, and it's going to be hard for these slick conditions to evaporate anytime soon. So we're telling people to stay off the roads, and they are talking about closing 99 at the toll road right now.
So, Greg, for many of our viewers watching from out there in Fort Bend County that may have to go on the roads this morning, some tips that you would advise anyone that may have to leave their home, they may have to head to work or have somewhere that they have to go in this weather, dealing with these conditions on the road. What should they know?
Yeah, again, we're putting out a lot of preparedness and traffic information on our social media. So is TxDOT. Everybody's saying, if you don't have to be out, don't go out. If you are, drive slow. Watch those slick conditions, especially because this is going to be looking like black ice because you're not going to be able to see it. And then, travel safe distances between each car. And just give yourself time and manage those roadways. And if you see accidents, brake and get off the side of the road as quickly as possible and be very, very vigilant.
And while you are certainly our expert right now for Fort Bend County, while we're talking about this, I want to make sure our viewers realize that this is happening in other parts of our Houston area. We're going to be checking in with all those communities. But I just wanted to ask you your advice for somebody. Like you said, you're seeing people pull over on the side of the highway. The conditions are only expected to get worse throughout the day there because those temps continue to drop. What do you suggest someone does in that situation? They can no longer drive forward. Who would you suggest they call to get help at that point? Their car isn't broken down, but they really don't feel like it's safe to drive any further.
Yeah, again, I mean, anybody can always call emergency services. So calling 911, asking for some support, and and getting an officer out there to help either guide you or get you to a safe location if you do not feel safe on the roadways. That was your best bet at this point.
All right, Greg Batts.
We do have crews, and I know our sheriff's office, our constable's office, and all the police departments and EMS and first responders have all plussed up their staff right now to help and aid anybody who's in need at this point.
Always a relief to hear.
Yeah. All right, Greg Batts, Fort Bend County Emergency Management Coordinator. Thank you so much for your time. We know you guys are busy out there. Keep it safe wherever you are. And again, for our viewers there in Fort Bend County, if you don't have to leave this morning, he is advising you, we are advising you, stay in the house if you certainly can. Greg, we thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, and thank you to everybody that's out there responding.
Yeah, we are so very, very thankful for those first responders making a big difference. Yeah. Remember, everyone, if you have to head out, pack a blanket, pack some snacks, some water, just an emergency kit just in case, because you never know. If you might get in that situation, we don't want you to be in these temperatures trapped in your car with nowhere to go until somebody can get to you. We'll be right back.